and I think there'll be guys watching this at the minute that probably don't say a lot, but they ought to be listening and maybe contributing maybe into some of the stuff that you guys are doing at the minute. Do you want to just touch on that a little bit?
Last week, what did we say? What I said is parenting is the most conflicting thing you'll ever do.
Yeah.
Where it's so
Constant.
back and forth. It's relentless, and it's it's a privilege. It's the most amazing job you'll ever have, and at times it's the job that leads you to dark places because it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I think goal orientated people, which even if you don't set targets and KPIs, you know what you want to achieve in life and you know where you want to go to.
Yeah.
Most things in life, there's a target I'm going to work towards, I'm going to achieve it. With kids, this is what I found is I haven't got a fucking clue.
Good luck.
I think I'm on the right path, and I'm like, this is so good. We had such a great weekend together. For instance, one of them, she's, I don't know, making a scenario up. She's been acting up. We've spent a weekend together. I've recalibrated. We're good to go. She's gonna have a great week at school. On Wednesday, she's burned down the school. It's just fuck. What do I know? I think I know. And so it's that I like to have a target because I like to know the destination. With the girls, the destination is happy, safe, fulfilled. Fuck, when do I know if I got there? How do I know?
That's it, right? We were saying, like, in business...
You can't even measure it.
You've got the financial results of your business, but also whether you're, when you're building a business, you don't have that. Fundamentally, you still know when you head home at the end of the day whether you've put in your fair share of that day, whether you've had a good day or not.
Yeah.
And like Ben says, the trouble with parenting is never fucking know. Have I done great? Have I done bad?
Oh my God.
Should I have been there? Should I have not been there? But
it just feels like everything's like, I think from where I talk to a lot of people, because like you say, my eldest is 14, my second daughter's 12 and Jude's 9. So I've got 3 as well. And I'd say the boy's a little bit more straightforward, if I'm being brutally honest, in terms of you kind of know if he's in a mood or not. But it's all encompassing, and I think what I like about what you guys talk about is you put it out there that we're all going through the same sort of stuff, and actually I think guys perhaps need to listen, or certainly commenting on that and maybe share it, less likely, right?
It's hard. Sorry, you asked me a question, I didn't answer it.
No, that's okay.
The question you asked to talk about it, you've just led me to something that I heard this line once, and I've said it a load of times, and I don't claim that it's mine, but everyone goes through problems. But before you, someone else has had that problem, and in the future somebody else is going to have that problem. It's not your problem, it's just a problem. You're experiencing it right now. And that's exactly what parenting is. That's exactly what business ownership is. That's exactly what being a man in 2025 is. It's fucking weird out there. And it's also exactly what being a woman is in 2025. It's weird for everyone. It's tough for everyone.
Yeah.
The difference, the categorical difference is women are just more inclined to talk about it. And as you mentioned, be vulnerable.
Better communicators.
Yes.
At least on the soft stuff.
Yeah.
On the emotional.
Yeah.
And they have always been. And I think with guys, most of the guys we've talked about the group, like you said, getting comments, getting engagement, getting posts. It's difficult. I've also had many conversations at conferences with guys who've taken us aside, and they've said, do you know what? Part of me would really like to talk about this in the group, but I'm terrified what people will think.
Wow.
Primarily within the professional circle.
Right.
What will my bosses think? What will my clients think? Or this?
Yeah.
And some of these people are even people they've been there, they've done it. Who gives a fuck what anyone thinks, dude? You've got money in the bank, you've got awards coming out your armpits, and you've exited 3 businesses. Like, who gives a shit? But that is the fragility of the human psyche. I'd say the male psyche, but I think and that's why Ben and I've been touching on the boys' club. Facebook was just, social media is a logical and easy way to start something like that, but in many ways it is also the antithesis, because it is a documented record, and that's why we keep on coming back to this evolution that will happen of in-person meetups. And I think the reality is that will be a myriad of things, from like you put in the poll the other day, from bonkers things like whitewater rafting and doing the 3 Peaks challenge, to just meeting up with your dogs in the park and having a couple of beers, you know. And I think,
but going back to like the 90s, I'm not sure you two were hanging out in the 90s like I was, but
well, based on you being so much older than us, obviously not. But
I mean, if we're talking the back end of the 90s,
yeah, I mean, that was when it was just getting excited to have a bit of
fun. I was allowed to drink at the back end of the 90s.
School. See, I lost my brother in the 90s, the mid 90s, and I still.
That's a good way to stop us laughing.
No,
wow,
fucking drop bomb that one.
There's a clip there.
Read the room.
But it's still one of my best decades. As in, I was around people, I socialised, living life. It was like you were in the 90s.
I had a conversation this morning with two girls that I work out of a bit. So when I say two girls, that sounds a bit strange. I go to a high performance, like a high intensity gym, and two women just competed at High Rocks World Champions, and they came 22nd in the world.
Whoa!
So these two are beasts. Anyway, so we're having a good chat afterwards. I like working out with them because like you get an amazing.
Is that
workout.
really how you got the black eye?
And it could be.
It is. Isn't it?
We were talking. So the two girls, they're not from the UK. They live in the UK now. And they were talking about dating and it being a weird world out there. And, you know, a first date now is not what... Well, you know, us three, you think of a first date, you go out for dinner or maybe you go out for a drink. And now it's, you know, I can remember picking my first date up from her home in the car. And that's not a thing anymore.
I've never been on a dating app.
No, neither.
Same.
I can't say I feel like I've...
When I met my wife, she was on the dating app and I said, what's a dating app? I didn't have a clue what she goes, no. But,
well, the thing I said to these girls was, what you've missed out on is 20 years ago, it's pretty cool living in London. 20 years ago, we had loads of fun.
Yeah.
Bit of drinking culture, but it was a positive drinking culture. And it was, but nowadays...
Your drinking culture was obviously a lot healthier than mine.
Well, I'm trying to keep it clean, chaps. But it was fun 20 years ago. 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's
now,
the word.
Not
fun.
so much, right?
I think that's why the conferences are quite popular. Not so much for the content. I think it's maybe for the socials.
I think you know.
I think the industry's got a good little. There's got some good networks going. You know, and my observations are there's some genuinely great relationships because people are going through similar stuff. And I think from a guy's perspective, what we're talking about, we're not going to be the only three that are in that space. But the fun stuff is over conversations. In fact, I used to do some of the best training with my guys in the pub after work, talking through offers, talking through situations. And it was just that, it was just brilliant times. And I feel people are missing out on some of that.
I think the greatest thing you could do for society today would be to ban social media for anyone under 16.